Friday night, baseball has their exhibition in Texas A&M at 6 o'clock, and this weekend, Conference USA Cross Country Championships in Florida. So good luck for those games. And with that, Coach.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here, and want to thank you for coming even on these cloudy days outside with all the raindrops falling. It's always good to have you guys here, and I appreciate you all covering us the way you do week in and week out. Game Saturday didn't go the way we wanted it to. You know, it's disappointing to lose a football game, and that's something I'm stressing to our team continually, is losing is not okay. It should not feel good, it should hurt, and it should make you want to work that much harder, and that's exactly what we're trying to do right now. I know the work that our coaches and our players put in every week. They are really doing what they can to find a way to win games, and they're coming back and attacking this week the exact same way. When you watch the tape from Saturday, you can't help but notice some good things. We started out fast, the way we want to as a football team, that I think is very important. Offense took the opening drive right down the field, 12 plays, 75 yards, took about 7.5 minutes to clock off, and then defense got a couple stops, which was really good to see. And, you know, that was really positive. That was something we needed to do. I felt like our offense needed to come out and show our football team that they had a pulse. And they did that, went down the field. It was great. So those are the small things that we're seeing, the progress that we're seeing. Again, we know it's a zero-sum business. There's no question in our mind about that. A couple players really stood out. You got a couple of them here today that you'll get a chance to talk to, and EG and Jordan. I think those guys are really coming. They're getting better and better every week. This is the second week in a row that EG's made a huge difference in the middle. And that's something that you notice right now with our defense, is people are struggling to run the ball between the tackles, and he's a big reason why. Another positive from the game is the amount of young guys that are stepping in to critical roles for us and doing some big things. And, you know, we had 10 true freshmen play in that game, 5 of which started, and the moment didn't seem too big for them. You know, in almost all the cases, they went in there and lined up beside these guys, you know, like Jordan and EG, and just played football the right way. So that was great to see. The experience they're getting right now is priceless. It's priceless for them, and ultimately it will be priceless for our program. And for everybody who's coming back, the experience we're getting right now is going to pay dividends. I thought it was one great thing to take away from the game is that we played penalty-free. And I can't remember the last time I was part of a team that had 0 penalties. I think it's a testament to these guys and their discipline, the disciplined manner in which they're playing, and the techniques their coaches are teaching them. And they're putting those into effect, and that's really good. I'm pleased with the effort. I'm pleased with the effort these guys are putting forward. I'm pleased with the way they continue to fight. You know, I talked to Coach Davis after the game, Coach Butch Davis, complimented him on his team and the plays that they're making. And all he wanted to talk about is how hard our kids played, how he knew that was exactly how they played based on film. So that stuff makes me proud of our guys tremendously. Obviously, things we got to get cleaned up, techniques we got to continue to improve on. But happy with how they're working, and happy with their heart, the heart that they're putting into this game. Next opponent, going on the road to play North Texas. I think Seth Luttrell is doing a fabulous job there. What he's done to that program, how he's turned it around in 3 years, from winning the West last year to being in position to have a shot at doing it again this year. Offensively, you know, they're scoring almost 40 points a game. Mason Fine was the conference preseason offensive player of the year. He's a gritty kid that makes throw after throw. He keeps fighting. He's tough as nails. I mean, every time you think he's down and hurt, he just pops right back in and finds a way to get the ball downfield to one of his great receivers. And they got a gaggle of, you know, just guys that make plays down the field. So that will be a great challenge for us. But if we can do a great job finding a way to get hits on Mason, covering those passes, those deep balls down the field, and setting the edge on these perimeter runs, you know, and I believe in what we're doing right now. Again, we're addressing things the right way. So if we can start fast, stay focused, and finish strong, we'll have a chance in that fourth quarter to win this ball game. But those are the challenges that we have to keep advancing to our guys as coaches this week. And if it doesn't get run right in practice, we have to run it again. We have to run it again. We got to fix those things. We can't let those things continue to be reoccurring problems. But again, start fast, stay focused, finish strong, and we'll be happy. With that, I'll open up for any questions.
Can you talk a little bit
just dynamic. I mean, it's dynamic, but I really believe it all starts with him. You know, Mason Fine. I think he's such a scrapper. I think he does more than you think he can with his legs, but just his ability to stay in there and find a way to get the ball downfield with the receivers is so impressive.
You talked a little bit about the freshmen already, but maybe as a coaching staff, what are the challenges and also the rewards of getting to see these guys in action like this?
Yeah, I mean, the challenges are simple. Anytime you put a freshman into a college football game, it's that scene in a horror movie where that girl's about to turn the corner and you know the guy is there, okay? And you're like, no, wait! You know, it's like, that's what you want to be able to say to these freshmen. And sometimes they have to live those moments. You know, experience is the best teacher. It's the mother of all learning. So it's not always going to go perfect. What I'd say to you is, have the freshmen been perfect when they've been inserted into games? Absolutely not. But they've had the courage to utilize the techniques their coaches want and to fire their gun. Go try to make the plays that are there for them. And that's been encouraging to see.
Coach, what did you think about Marshman, particularly in the first drive, and his progress to this point? Where is he now?
He had me extremely fired up after that first drive. And he had me fired up before the game. I think our whole team rallied around Evan. I think our team loves him. I love him. And I loved watching him prepare all week, and I loved what he did for us on that drive. And things weren't perfect. He pulled the ball down and go get us the first down with his feet. But he still passed for 73% on the day, and just some big-time stuff. But the leadership, the intangibles that he has, I'd love to hear what Jordan says to you when he's up here, because I think he's easy to follow. You know, after the second touchdown, he hurt his finger, and he's kind of going to be week to week at this point. We'll see where this goes.
Coach, you mentioned earlier about the mid-season, the youth of this team is starting to contribute now. Before the season started in spring drills in fall, was that something that you would put on the board and says, okay, week to week, we're looking to see where this position is, where this kid is, and somewhere along the line, not so much of a contribution, but win a game for you?
You know, actually, no. That was not something that was planned out in terms of, like, let's get these freshmen here. What was planned since the moment we started recruiting any of them is we sat in their living room and promised them this would be a meritocracy. You will get everything you earn. And that's really how it was in their living room. I told our team that in our first team meeting we had back in December when I took the job. And that's just the way it's been. I had no predetermined, let's see if we can have 5 freshmen starting by game 7 or 10 or none of that at all in my mind. I knew that we liked the signing class and we thought there were some talented kids. But, you know, I don't think ever playing this many freshmen is really good in the college football season. I think it will be long term for us, but I hope we never have to do it again.
What do you like from Green, a quarterback, if he gets in?
With Wiley?
Yes, sir.
I think Wiley's earned the trust of our coaching staff and of his teammates. What he's done from the moment he got here in the summer, the way he's worked. Cool story about Wiley is even before the freshmen recorded in June, he organized like 7 or 8 of them to throw in Dallas with our playbook. You know, so he got them together at maybe at his high school and had throwing sessions. So his leadership has been great, but honestly, like, kid's got an awesome arm, and you know, he's delivering the ball in places it needs to be and doing some great things right now. And you know, if it is Wiley, that's the direction we're going right now, we're probably going to play up to 4 quarterbacks. You know, you can see Jackson Tyner, you're going to see Austin Trammell at quarterback, and I saw you look at me there, Nate. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see Austin back there. And if you've never seen Austin launch a ball, he can throw that thing about 60 yards. Austin's kind of good at life. He reminds me of, not comparing him to, but reminds me of Christian McCaffrey. Nothing's too big for him. He just kind of jumps out there and does it. And then another guy that's going to jump in the game at quarterback for us is Juma. And Juma played quarterback at Arlington Martin last year, passed for over 1,000 yards. Another kid that can throw it pretty good. So it's not just going to be just the quarterback-driven runs. When Juma's in there, we're going to have confidence in him to throw it down the field as well.
He asked you, JP asked you about Wiley. Does he have I noticed something about him. He seems to have a little bit of swagger to him.
The kid has some swagger. He really does, yeah. Wiley is another one that's easy to follow. You know, it's something you want at the quarterback position. You know, it's something I always try to look for when I hire coaches. I want coaches to be the ones that are those natural leaders, but it's something you surely want at the quarterback position as well.
You know, when you draw up your ideal situation, you probably never have 3 different starting quarterbacks in 3 successive weeks.
That's another thing that's not planned. That's true.
How do you, as coaches, handle the continuity of an offense with so many pieces going in and out?
So the continuity piece is, I'm not going to say it's overrated because I do believe in that. I think that's awesome when you can have it. I think the way Coach Mack addressed the offense yesterday is the way you have to, and it's always going to be next man up. But anytime you have a next man up, especially at that position, everybody has to tighten their belts. Everybody has to play better and do your job that much better to make that person comfortable so they can do their job. Now, to go further into your conversation, not the continuity part, but just in terms of game planning, 3 vastly different quarterbacks in 3 different weeks, consecutive weeks. We spent a lot of time together as an offensive staff and pulled some great ideas from Coach Mack. Some things Coach Sabota and Coach Best have done different places. Because, with me, Coach Picasso and Coach Ashfield, there's a little academic inbreeding. We kind of think the same in terms of the West Coast Stanford model. So it's great to get other ideas in there.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank you guys again.